Welcome to Wayzata High School. A misty afternoon here for the Section 6 3A boys soccer semifinals. Number 5 seed Armstrong and number 1 seed Wayzata getting set to go head-to-head here at the home of the Trojans. I am Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, you don't have to look too far back to find out when these teams met. 1-0 Wayzata over Armstrong just the last week of the regular season. So I got to believe that gives Armstrong a little bit of confidence. I mean, record-wise, they don't match up well, but that game, they stayed with them and really limited Wayzata's chances.
Absolutely. I think they also found out what we found out when we saw them last time and we broadcast. Defense is solid. They stay in their zone, they stay in their position, and they attack the ball as they come in.
Wayzata, defending state champion, no losses this season. They had a couple of mid-season ties against Minnetonka and Hopkins, but otherwise have been rolling along pretty good, including an 8-0 win in the quarterfinal round over Rogers. They came out and played a great match. And Armstrong, as has kind of been the case this year, they pulled out. They didn't play especially well, they said, but beat Kennedy 1-0. And I'll tell you, a lot of their games have been like that this year. They haven't scored a ton of goals. They haven't given up a ton of goals. And in a lot of ways, that suits playoff soccer.
Oh, absolutely it does. Defense wins you the championship, and they have a solid defense. Yeah, we saw Wayzata mid-season against St. Michael's Albertville, and I was so impressed with their depth, their level of play. Every aspect of the game, they're at 2 or 3 levels above everybody else. But this is the section semifinals, and anything can and will happen.
Let's talk key players to look for in today's game, starting with the visitors from Armstrong. Moses Kamara has been their leading scorer this year with 7 goals. And again, on a team that hasn't scored a whole lot, he's been battling injury. They don't have him listed in the starting lineup. They're a little bit unclear or unsure on, just how much he's going to be able to go. But he is a guy that is creative enough to present an opportunity to get a goal for them. And again, a game that they expect to be low scoring. And on the other side of the coin, one of their leading returners for the Trojans, Charlie Pillar, is having a strong season. You see the numbers, but he just does a great job controlling things at midfield as well for Wayzata. And again, they have aspirations. They graduated a lot from that title team, but they think this is a team that could go a long way. But as their coach Dominic Duenas said, you get to the section semifinals, you're pretty much in toss-up type games from here on, even when you do have a good side like they do.
That's what we were saying. Anything can happen in the sections, and we've seen it all over the last few years. But this should be a great matchup.
The winner goes on to the section championship to take on either Washburn or Hopkins. It's Armstrong Wayzata, Section 6 3A boys soccer up next.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Welcome back here to Wayzata as we get set for soccer and live coverage of today's boys and girls games, made possible by the help of the Wayzata Booster Club, as the Trojans girls also top seed in the section, and we'll have them on coming up next for you as well here. Wayzata, of course, in the home blue, and Armstrong in the visiting white as the teams come out. And it's a little misty here today, but some of what you're seeing on screen is actually, sad to say, a little bit of a remnant of a very, very wet Thursday night football telecast, and our cameras are a little the worse for wear because of that, a little condensation. So the picture might look a little fuzzy, a little condensation, and some of that could be from today a little bit too, but also from that Thursday night.
I would guess from Thursday. Get a little bit of a mist right now, but hopefully it'll be past us pretty soon. Nothing heavy. And there's our misty camera. Should we call it the misty cam?
Easton Bazek will be in goal for Armstrong, and Caleb Wagner in net for Wayzata as we get set to do battle here. And Armstrong went out in the semis last year, and Wayzata, Dominic Mason was reminding us that they had a real battle in their section semifinal last year.
Yes.
They got through that. They ended up winning not only the section but the state tournament. So you can't count on anything. You just look at record or seeding or anything like that, and they well know that. And kind of a fun side note, Easton Bazek, the keeper for Armstrong, was a student of Dominic's back about 8 to 10 years ago. He's an elementary teacher in the Robbinsdale School District. Pillar trying to turn and go. Armstrong knocking it out of there for the moment anyway. Alex Crane picking it back up, and the Trojans will come back at it up the right side. Try to get a cross away there, but broken up by Bennett Higgins.
So that's the battle. It's already started. Good offense from Wayzata and solid defense from Armstrong. So it's going to be the battle of the haves and have-nots.
Played to the outside. Falcons trying to get it ahead there to Khalid Hassan. Hassan knocked out. Are going to be a handball call there. I think actually we'll get a free kick for Wayzata. Widman will take it. Nope, actually, Evan Mahan comes over and gives it to Widman here, looking to cross it. One of the things that the Armstrong coaches mentioned is we have to make sure we limit their set pieces. Here's an opportunity for a header out front. Bazek colliding with traffic there, and an Armstrong defender is down on the field shaken up. He got the worst of that collision. So you get another look at this one. Served in.
Nice serve. Header missed, and the three of them collided with the defender getting the worst of that action.
Yeah, Armstrong felt like, the defensive plan they had last time, they very much limited Wayzata's shots. It just they need to make sure they're not giving up too many corners,
right,
in particular, or free kicks as well. But other than that, they felt like they did a pretty solid job. And Wayzata, they were kind of frustrated against them.
Yep.
Armstrong played a real defensive wall.
Yeah, they only got one shot on goal, and that was a ricochet off the post.
Cleared out. Trojans will get the throw in here as Tyler Baker will trigger it in. Armstrong, I think it's fair to say, would like to keep it close for, keep it maybe zeros for as long as they can, and just kind of put some pressure on into the second half, and maybe when they get an opportunity here or there, see if they can't do something with that.
Well, that should be a good plan as long as they don't try to get into a defensive shell, because Wayzata can just pepper the defense.
Newman's kick there, you could see the wind kind of knocking that one down a little bit. We got a push here against Armstrong, or against Wayzata, so it'll be a free kick for Armstrong. Higgins lining up to take it here for the Falcons. Knocked down, but Armstrong will get it right back. Banged up field there by Miles Redmond. And now they try to send it down for Aiden Judicus, but that one broken up. Nice takeaway, and Armstrong looking to counter here.
It'll be Armstrong with the possession.
Up the sideline, but that one a little too wide, and it'll be a throw for Wayzata. As Baker will trigger it in here. Obviously, it's not unusual like this, but feels like such a big change from, just late in the regular season, even till playoffs. The weather often gets a lot worse by the time you get to the section semis or finals, and the guys kind of have to adjust to that a little bit. They played through it Thursday night. Obviously, it rained a lot at most of the stadiums around. And this one not too bad for a Saturday afternoon. Temperature right around 50, I think, at game time here. And a little bit of mist, a little bit of wind. And that call will go against the Trojans. Higgins going to restart here for Armstrong. Wanted to go quick, but they weren't quite ready up front, it looked like, so he held up. Battle for it along the sideline here. Be a throw for the Falcons. Baker sending it up the line there. A little collision, but they get it ahead to Pillar.
Up the sideline, the race is on.
Try to get a cross away. This is going to be a corner. It's a good job by Quavo-Kangas to get to that ball, and then as he crossed it, the defender had little choice but to just get in the way and block it, so leads to a corner kick for Pillar. Wayzata's got a little bit of size too, and that's, where you're talking about the set pieces being dangerous.
You can see the corner flag bending over.
Pillar putting it out front. Falcons get there first and then knocked away by Sardo. We will get a throw here for Wayzata. Widman to take the throw in now on the Trojans' left side. See Armstrong sending people at, they're very much packed back into their defensive zone. And again, that's not a surprise to see. That's kind of what they anticipated doing here. And again, the ball being in their end of the field a lot. I'm not saying they want it that way, but it's not a surprise. They know they're going to have to be defensive against this Trojans team. Pillar's hit there, knocked down.
Yeah, I was going to say there's absolutely no one up on top, no midfielder out for Armstrong.
Baker will take the throw here for the Trojans again. This first half, we've played just about 7 minutes. It's almost entirely been in Armstrong's end of the field, but they are packing it in defensively and not allowing much yet either. Bring it back. Mahan will swing it right. Baker sending it deep, and Higgins got over there to get a side heel on that one. Now it comes free to Quavo-Kangas. Just a lot of white jerseys there, though. Higgins broke it up. Then sent forward. Everybody lobbying for a call. Just going to be a goal kick. I don't think there was any foul call there, but then that long pass went sailing out through everything.
I think that may have been wishful thinking, but it's going to be a goal kick.
Newman will take it here. Pushing it upfield again. They're into the wind in this first half. Falcons working it here. Ooh, that was not maybe the greatest idea. A dangerous one. Basic comes out. He kind of mishits it. He has to scramble back toward his net as Redmond picks it up. Newman blocking that. Armstrong got a little careless in their own end, and it nearly cost them. We're going to have a foul call here against Wayzata, though, as they spun Andrew Hayden down.
Just a miscue on the kick.
Yeah.
A little over the back, but nothing called.
No, there was a foul called on Wayzata.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of rooted him out there. header here. Koivukangas trying to gain control back as he plays it out to the outside for Cordero. Cordero making a nice step. Oh, and down he goes, but play on. Nice ball up the line here for Armstrong, but again, they don't really, the transition part is going to be a little bit tough because they don't have numbers forward.
Right. Yeah, and that's the downside of packing your defense. You don't have a good transition, and you can't expect to possess the ball. Here comes Wayzata again.
Ooh, giveaway there. Redmond, though, had it get out front of him a little bit. Now Koivukangas picking it up, chipping it out front as he tried to send Judicus in. Pillar up for the header. Another battle in the air for it here. And it'll come out. Throw for the Trojans as Tyler Baker didn't have a great angle, so he waited for that ball to go out and take the throw in. Now, all of a sudden, the sun is out full force.
Yes. Wayzata maintains possession with the throw.
Yeah, they have again had it pretty much the entire first half so far. We're not terribly far in, just over 10 minutes, but it's been all in Armstrong's end of the field here as Baker gets set to throw it in. Higgins up for the header. Ooh, giveaway there. Basic having to make a stop on a low shot, and Armstrong has had a couple of those where they've, been able to come up with a turnover, but then had a misdirected pass and given it away. Played to the outside here for Hassan. Trying to work his way up the sideline as he battles with Redmond, and we're going to get a call against Armstrong there.
Yeah, I think he got the shoulder in the wrong place.
So free kick coming here for the Trojans. They'll swing it right side here. Going to serve one in from long distance there, but a header for the Falcons by Jacobson. Wayzata gets it right back, and that ball a little bit too far to the outside, though. We'll get a throw for Armstrong. James Handler subbing in here for the Falcons. Referee satisfied that the substitutions are fully made here, and they get back to it. Nice job to win that one by Widman. It'll roll all the way through to the keeper, Basic. Trojans get it right back. Now Pillar trying to beat the defender there. Broken up, though, and a nice play jab. Now over to Handler. He was pressured immediately and pressured a little too aggressively. It'll be a foul on Wayzata. Free kick for Armstrong, a little short of the midfield area. Adam Newman will take this free kick here for Armstrong. They really haven't been in Wayzata territory yet.
No, they haven't. They got a little bit into it, but Wayzata defense was up to the task and gets the turnover.
They win this ball back too, but then an interception in turn there by Sehe for Armstrong. Sent ahead. It was deflected. Mahan back to get it. But then a nice job to read that pass out of there. And spinning down, and it's a little bit of pain, Nathan Orr. It will be a free kick coming here for the Falcons. As Orr is shaken up. See, as he split between two, and then the next defender tripped him up.
Yep, runs into him.
Crane, I think it was. or able to get to his feet. You see it's outside the box by about 7-8 yards, but still
an opportunity.
Yeah, still in a spot. And obviously in these type of games where you say, okay, we're the underdog, chances are pretty good we're not going to get anywhere near as many chances as Wayzata, but if we could convert one,
right,
you never know.
You have to capitalize on your set plays. More substitution.
Abdul Rahman getting set to take the free kick, or maybe not. And Moses Kamara has come in.
And 25 yards out.
Kamara chipping it here, but sails that one well up and over the top as Wagner just watches it go. So goal kick here for the Trojans. We're approaching the 25-minute mark to go in this first half, and no score on the board. We've been almost entirely in Armstrong's end of the field, although that hasn't really resulted in any chances, real quality chances yet for the Trojans. And that's kind of the game that Armstrong was hoping and expecting to play. They know they'll be having to defend a lot, but that's the best path they see to try and win this game.
Yeah, Wayzata has one shot on goal. But they have been possessing, and now they get a turnover. Ooh, you don't want to do that in your own zone.
No, that's the one thing. Armstrong, I mean, they've generally been defending very well, but they have had a couple of plays where they've just kind of been forced, forced into turnovers. And
yeah, the worst thing that can happen is unforced turnovers.
Kamara up for the header there, but ball won back by Ignatius, and now it'll be a throw for Armstrong. This will be a throw now for the Trojans.
As we trade free throws, or throw-ins, sorry. Different sport.
Back out to midfield. Mahan will pick it up here for Wayzata and look over to Widman. That one broken up by Handler, but it'll be another throw coming for Wayzata. Widman looking to target Judicus there. And now Pillar had it briefly, knocked away though by Hayden. And now call go against the Trojans here. Newman will take this free kick for Armstrong. Takeaway here, Falcons trying to get some opportunity. Bounced up high into the defender there, but not his hand, his face. I mean, not that he wanted that to happen, but better than the handball. So be a throw for the Trojans. Knocked around a bit. Wayzata able to keep possession here and then sending it long up the right side, trying to see if they couldn't get Judicus on the run, but it will be a goal kick here for Armstrong. Fairly uneventful first half here, and again, that's definitely plays to Armstrong's benefit, I think, for it to stay low scoring, or in this case, no scoring. For they have been outscored over the whole course of the season by just about a 3-1 margin by Wayzata. So they don't want to get into a game that features a lot of goals.
Yeah, you don't want to get into a wide open contest with the Trojans. That will suit them just fine because they love to open it up and attack.
This call will go against Armstrong as they sandwiched Thomas Sizing there as they tried to split between a couple guys.
So now Wayzata will have their first set play.
Widman lining up to take it.
You see it again as a collision of about 4 or 5 people. Armstrong draws the foul.
No clock stop.
32 yards out.
Widman.
Wow, goes for the field goal.
Much like the Armstrong one at the other end.
Yeah.
He didn't threaten the keeper much with that. You could tell right off the bat it was going to be too high.
Yep, that's going to land somewhere near Hopkins.
And again, that was with the wind at their back too, which maybe you don't generally, you kind of have to factor that in a little bit too when you're taking those, but obviously you got underneath that one way more than he wanted to. Pass blocked there by Gunnar Hendrickson, but it'll be a throw for Armstrong. Try to throw it up the line there, but it'll be a throw for Wayzata now. Cross here, knocked away. And good job there by Mahabadi to get back to that ball for Armstrong. And
Nice transition this time.
yeah, Kamara carrying it. And his pass knocked away, but almost got it back. But Trojans able to bang it back out of there. Then that header mishit a little bit. Crossed in here, but Newman got to it for Armstrong. Ignatius will keep it rolling over to the left side. It was the one rare time where Armstrong had some people up, and I think Wayzata tried to take advantage of that when they got that ball back. But
yeah. And actually, it ended up being in Armstrong's favor because they had a turnover, transitioned up to 2 people that were open, and got an attack going.
Pillar will take this free kick here for Wayzata. Got everybody over to the right.
And here they come in.
Chipping
Header.
it to the front. Ooh, and that
little bit
one,
high.
that one wasn't too far off. That was a much better opportunity than they had on that earlier free kick. It'll be Newman taking this goal kick for Armstrong. And again, that's what the Falcons said they really need to avoid, giving Wayzata those set pieces, because they said we probably, or that's going to be their best bet to break through the D.
Yep. Oh, nice takeaway.
Pillar trying to work through traffic here. Ignatius rolling it left for Widman. Nice ball up the side now. Koivukangas has it knocked away, and let's see, is this a corner?
Yep.
Yes. It was right over near the line there, and it is going to be a corner kick for the Trojans. Pillar. I mean, that previous regular season broadcast we had, they were very good on corners and scored against STMA. Wynn not wanting to cooperate and keep the ball still there is Pillar. Now he's going to go short with it, and he'll get it right back. Pillar with a little bit of space. Crosses that one, and it's going to be a corner on the other side. It was off an Armstrong defender. So Pillar will make his way across the field and go again with a corner from the other side. And see Armstrong, all 10 of their field players down within the box.
Every one of them is inside the box right now.
And knocked in. Trojans will score on the corner. I believe it was Hendrickson who gets his head on it. Yeah, Gunnar Hendrickson getting the congrats there, number 12. And he will score as the Trojans break the deadlock here.
And just as we were saying, you can't give up too many of those set plays. This is a nicely placed corner, right in front of the keeper.
Watch Pillar get to it here.
Got a good look at that spin on
Yep.
that ball.
Hendrickson will knock it in. So Hendrickson, look at the stats we have. Maybe his first goal of the season. And not a bad time for it, I would say, right?
That's the right time.
So the Trojans strike in the 24th minute. Go up 1-0 on that corner kick goal by Hendrickson.
In the 24th minute of play. On the corner kick by number 16.
And here they come again. Looking for the cross and right to the defense.
Picked up by Widman, though. Widman trying to get it out of the Falcons, and now they finally do as they get it ahead to Handler. Or receiving here. And Ignatius called for the push. We will get a free kick for Armstrong. See if that changes the game at all. I would say probably not yet. In the second half, Armstrong maybe is going to have to do things a little bit different when they're trailing like this. But for now, I think you kind of stick with the plan. There's still just an awful lot of game to go.
All right, if they give up another one, then they may have to make some adjustment. But right now, yeah, keep what they're doing.
Newman will take this free kick here.
Oh, Misty Cam.
Battle for it out front. Falcons trying to run it down here, and it will be an Armstrong throw. Abdul Rahman will leave it for Kamara to take the throw.
See if they can get something in here and even up the score. They haven't had any opportunities.
No, really, that free kick that Kamara took that went about 30 feet over the net was the only really even remotely shot they've attempted. But
yep, you're right. And looking over at the stat sheet, Woolley didn't even give him a shot on that one.
Well, it's a shot.
It's a shot.
It wasn't on goal, but it's still a shot attempt. Battle. And that'll be a hold as they try to come through Pillar a little bit there. Now he sends it up quick. And too quick. The referee said, no, that wasn't where that was supposed to be. I realized that most of the players were stopping, that they were bringing it back here. Wayzata will still get the free kick, but they have to do it again. They give it to Widman. And nice pass back. Hendrickson trying to go to Pillar, but that one was broken up by Mahabadi. Now Falcons trying to get it going. Handler, but quickly taken away. Hendrickson, a nice little move there. And he was tripped up. They call advantage. And now the call will be made on that trip. A little over 13 to go in the first half. 1-0 Wayzata lead on a goal off a corner kick. Gunnar Hendrickson knocking it in off the Pillar corner. There's Basic coming out to meet that one, and look, rightly so, because Redmond was in position to put it away if he didn't get there.
That was a great job by the keeper, seeing what was developing and came out to snuff it out.
Widman getting to that ball. That's going to roll all the way through. Basic will scoop it up. Looking for Orr. It gets over the top of him, though. Redmond volleying it high into the air. And knocked up by Hayden. And another one launched ahead by Baker. Redmond trying to gain control of that one as they finally get it to stop bouncing, but now Hayden. And see, Armstrong made a subtle change where they've got a little more numbers forward than what they had been using earlier, just knowing that, you know, obviously they're down a goal now and just keeping it as is isn't going to satisfy them anymore. Kamara
Yeah, they had nobody up front. Now they have two.
Kamara launching one. Oh boy, that one just over the top. And that gave Wagner a little bit of trouble as he was backpedaling, kind of surveying where is it going to wind up, and it ended up hitting up off the crossbar and then the football crossbar. See, now this one was a dangerous chance. Kamara just about puts this one into a perfect position, but just a touch too high.
Nice effort, though.
Yeah, that's why when we were talking about the pregame, that's one of their guys that they do have that is capable of putting the ball away. And, when you're down a goal, you're going to need that. And they saw a little flash of it there, what he's capable of doing.
And again, as you've been saying, as long as Armstrong hangs in there, down only 1 through halftime, that would be an advantage for them to stay in the game. But they cannot afford to go down 2-0.
Sent in here, but broken up nicely. Served back in again. Newman got to it after the first block by Zahi. Or working his way up, but he was met and lost it. This will be a throw for Armstrong coming up as we approach the 10-minute mark to go in the first half. Again, our live coverage today made possible by the Wayzata Booster Club. We thank them as the Trojans girls and boys hosting semifinal matchups here in Section 6. And of course, as the top seed, they would each would be home for the finals if indeed they advance.
Yes.
Can't put the cart before the horse there, but Newman launching it in. Chip to the edge of the box. Mahan. Armstrong wanted a handball call there, and it came up close. Let's see. I think they're going to talk about this. This one could possibly be a handball. Another look as it's sent in. Watch Mahan, his left arm getting up. No, it hits his side. So yeah, they did not.
Good call.
Yeah, and a good job to check though, because the AR was closer and had a better look at that. And I think Armstrong, I can see why they thought it was, because I at first thought it might have been too, but he did manage to, more or less get his arm out of the way and let it hit his side.
Right.
You can see games turn. I was at a game a couple weeks ago, a Breck game. They had 2 PKs within a minute and scored on both of them. Just games can really turn on plays like that. Hendrickson trying to get to that one. Let's see who knocked this out. Corner? It is going to be a corner, yeah, so off Armstrong.
Fourth corner of the first half for the Trojans.
And, of course, their game's only goal came off a corner and from this side as well. This time Tyson taking it.
Way up in the air
and up over. But it will be a corner on the other side now again as well, as Armstrong got the last touch on that one.
And here we go again. Little deep.
Widman knocking it out front. And they gain control. Ooh, that shot into traffic, though. Then tried to swing it across, but that one knocked away. Widman pleading for a call. They don't get it. It will be a throw here for Wayzata. Knocked out of there by Mahabadi, but Trojans get it back quickly. Mahan will send one up the left side. Redmond keeping possession there to Ignatius. And now Widman. Keep away there as Orr is chasing after him. Ignatius will switch fields here. Baker. Well, that pass got out of play just along the line there. They just ran out of room and got it up a little bit far out front of Cordero. So throw for the Falcons. And this header goes over to Redmond. Now working it up left side. Koivukangas crossing it here. Oh, and it's an own goal. Knocked in by Higgins. And Wayzata will go up 2-0 as Koivukangas, or excuse me, that's going to be Judicus, I think, will get this goal. Yeah, Aiden Judicus. And Higgins just plain mishit it and into his own net.
You'll see it again. All the traffic.
Yep, there's Judicus the pass. And oops, right in off Armstrong.
Did that ricochet off anybody or was that straight in?
Yeah, just off the defender, it looked like. There is a Trojan there, but I don't know. It just hit.
Straight in, yeah. Yeah, tried to clear it, but misjudged it. And that's going to hurt.
So Judicus will get the goal there for Wayzata, and now we get a foul call going against Armstrong. Seventh goal of the year for Aiden. And now a 2-0 Trojans lead.
Strikes again in the 34th minute. And this goal is credited number 20, Aiden Judicus. Went off the Falcon defender. Judicus credited the goal. Official time was 33-30.
Pillar. This one ricochets around. And let's see, this will be a throw for Wayzata. Koivukangas comes over to get it. He will leave it for Widman actually here. Now Wayzata feeling confident. I mean, you get that second one, it's kind of... And that's, you know, the danger of the ball being in your end so much like it is. Right. Something bad, you know, just a mistake, a misplay, whatever, a mishit.
Yep, it's inevitable. You can't spend that much time in your own zone. And unfortunately for Armstrong, that was an own goal, so they kind of did it to themselves.
So this will be a goal kick coming up here for Armstrong as we've gone under 5 to play in this first half. Wayzata now leading it by a score of 2-0. One off the corner kick, and then that second one accidentally knocked in by a defender. Ignatius with the header there toward Judicus. Oh, he got a little bump on the back of the noggin there. It will be a throw for Armstrong. And we said Armstrong only averaging about a goal per game throughout the season. So not really a team that's probably built for coming back from a 2-0 deficit, but you got to try. Give it a try.
Yeah, got to keep trying. They're not. I mean, this is not the kind of team that's going to say, "Oh, I give up."
And they've got a lot of time to go still, too.
Sure.
So you never know. Oh, here's Kamara coming up with that one. And Wagner was way out. He was going to try and play that ball. And I think for just a split second, Kamara was thinking, gosh, if I can hit this one well, I might be able to lob it over his head. But he didn't really get much of it. And not really a real great chance after all, but it kind of looked like it could be. I looked up and I was like, where's Wagner? And he was way out at the top of the box. Widman coming up to meet that one. That is the one thing you sometimes kind of joke about, but whether it be soccer or also in hockey, if a goalie is back there not having to do much for a very long time, that sometimes isn't a great thing either.
They tend to get a little bit complacent.
Falcons had that ball briefly, but then taken back. Ignatius sending it to Redmond. Redmond crossing it here. Higgins that time getting a better direction on that ball. And it'll be a foul against Wayzata, I believe. Oh, maybe not. No, sorry. Said play on. Crane sending that one ahead. Redmond receiving here from Pillar, was just out front a little too far.
Yeah, caught the defense coming up just a little bit too far and almost snuck in behind him.
Don't you have the feeling Wayzata's eyes are kind of lighting up now? They're
Yes,
like, we're seeing chances now.
Yeah.
We're making things happen. I mean, they were controlling the ball a lot in the first half, but there was just such a big wall of white jerseys in front of them that it was hard to really find any room to do anything. Now Armstrong has, spread things out a little bit more as they try and generate, the opportunity for offense of their own. So in some ways, that might open things up for Wayzata more too, but
Right.
that's the chance you have to take when you're down 2-0. I mean, you don't play to try to keep it close. You try
Right.
to.
You have to get back in the game.
Yeah.
No, and you're right. That's what we were saying earlier. It's to Wayzata's advantage to have a wide open game with their speed and their passing. That just suits to their advantage.
Round to Widman. Looks up the line to Redmond, but that one got away from him there. Falcons advancing. It was behind Orr, but then the pass for him knocked away, and way out is the keeper Basic, and he will get there as Quebecangus was chasing. Nice little spin by Abdul Rahman there for Armstrong. That one broken up. Let's see, it'll be a Wayzata throw. Under a minute to play here in this first half. Trojans have opened up a lead now, 2-0. Top seed Wayzata unbeaten this year. They had 2 ties and defending state champs. And been in command of this one as we kind of expected, although, Armstrong was hanging for quite a while. Here's Judicus carrying it forward. And knocked away. Widman takes it back. Nice ball to Redmond. Redmond trying to get a little space to shoot that one. It'll be knocked out by Armstrong. Wayzata trying to hurry for one more throw in here. Under 10 to go. Widman and put it out front, knocked up in the air, and that is going to eat up the remainder of the half. But it's a good half overall for the Trojans here, as our halftime score is Wayzata 2, Armstrong nothing. The Section 6 3A semifinals. We will have first half highlights and stats, and then our second half of soccer here. Thanks for joining us on CCX Sports for playoff soccer from Wayzata. Welcome back here to Wayzata High School for Section 6 3A Boys Soccer. Top seed Wayzata leading number 5 seed Armstrong 2-0 at halftime of our semifinal game here as we check out highlights from the opening half. And it was spent almost entirely in Armstrong's end, as we kind of thought could be the case here, as a header opportunity there off one served in, and they got a shot on goal there that Basic had to make a save on. Armstrong or getting tripped up there resulted in this shot that sailed up over the top. And then here is the corner that's directed in by Hendrickson off the pillar corner kick. Another look at it here from a different angle. Nice job kind of the flow was going the other way, and he directed it back toward that near post, able to put it away for the Trojans. Here's a good attempt right there. Kamara nearly sneaking that one in the top corner, but it went just over. And then an unfortunate one for Armstrong, an own goal, the crossing pass. And Higgins was trying to clear it away and instead knocked it into his own net there. We gave the goal to the passer Judicus for the Trojans as we look at our first half stats.
And looking at the numbers, that should be updated per shot. Should be 1 shot for Armstrong for that shot that they did take. 5 for Wayzata. Shots on goal, 3 to none. 9 to 6 on the fouls, and 5-0 on the corners. And the corner is what's the big difference is so far in this match.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of an indicator of how the play has been so much toward Armstrong's end. They'll undoubtedly have to open things up a little bit here in the second half, as they did later in the first. But Wayzata in command right now with a 2-0 lead. We will take a break and come back and get our second half underway. And you can also watch for live coverage of the Wayzata girls game, again brought to you by the Wayzata Booster Club here. Our thanks to them.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Second half about to begin here from Wayzata. Armstrong in white. They'll have possession. They trail it by a 2-0 score.
All right, second half action.
Over to Orr.
Semifinals. The Falcons and the Trojans.
And Pillar came in to take that one. Pillar playing it out for Redmond. Redmond trying to get a step. Now puts on the brakes, shoots. And Bazek making a nice stop there. Redmond is strong with the left foot, but came back to the right as he slammed on the brakes and got away a pretty decent look there right off the bat for Wayzata. Trying to win that ball back was Cordero. Instead, it'll be the Falcons.
And he fired a rocket on that one. So let's see what Armstrong is going to do to make adjustments for the second half.
Yeah, you can already see they're definitely bringing numbers forward a little bit here, more so than earlier in the game. They were pretty much having all 10 defending in that first part of the first half. Oh, this one bounces through, and it will be a goal. It's onside as Koivu Kangas just waited really for the defender to try and play it, and he missed it. And then Koivu Kangas was all alone and just tapped it past Bazek. And Wayzata striking very early here in the second half. Just a minute 2 into the half. They go up 3-0. And sometimes it pays to be patient there. He just waited to see what would happen when the defender went for the ball. And when he missed it, it was one-on-one with the keeper.
Saw the opportunity, took advantage of it. Wayzata up now 3-0. It's going to be a pretty uphill battle now for Armstrong. Yeah, they were hanging in the game the first half of the first half by putting up a very heavy defense with about 10 players in the back, but they cannot afford to do that now. They have to mount something on offense.
Baker will swing it back to Crane. That's the thing, too. Wayzata is good enough passing the ball and stuff that it's hard for Armstrong to, just attack a dribbler and think they're going to get the steal. I mean, yeah, it might happen here and there, but a lot of times the Wayzata guys they spread the field nicely and they'll just get rid of that ball. Here's Orr leaving it up left side. Abdul Rahman launching across there. And that one sent out. Wayzata defenders probably going to get tested a little bit more here in the second half. I think that's fair to say. Armstrong is going to come with more offense, or attempt to anyway. It's off of Mahan here, and we get an offside call there anyway. I think it probably showing Wayzata too that just keep coming like you were. The first half, first 20 minutes or so probably was kind of frustrating because there are just so many bodies in the way, hard to get anything clean through. But they just kept working, and eventually you get one off a corner, you get one off an own goal, and then they get one earlier in the second half as well, and now pretty well in command. Pass in short quarters there, knocked away, and Falcons trying to get back upfield. Mahan broke that up. Be a call going against Wayzata here, so free kick for the Falcons. Newman will take the free kick here for Armstrong. Last season had one of their better years in the last decade or so. And but graduated a lot, so they didn't know what they'd have this year, and then ended up coming into this one at 500, but still a team that I don't think anybody viewed as a pushover. But Wayzata is showing why they are still undefeated with the performance here today. Pillar coming up for the corner.
Corner kick for the Trojans.
They will go short with it and return it to Pillar. He's got a little better angle from here. He'll put it out front, and the redirect is in.
Wow.
Mahan will score it for the Trojans as he just tapped it around the keeper there. Nice low pass. They kept it on the ground the whole way, and Mahan probably in there more looking for a header, but he'll say, I'll take that one too, and he knocks it in to make it 4-0 Trojans.
Now the concern for Armstrong is have the floodgates open, because Wayzata is kind of doing whatever it wants. Here we see it again.
Watch Pillar, instead of trying to, shoot a high shot there, he just kept it on the ground, give your guy a chance in front, and Mahan
Perfect.
able to get it done.
Yep, perfect redirect right into the inside the post. No chance for the keeper to get there.
Be a goal kick coming up for Wayzata as they let that ball roll out and just shield the Armstrong players off it. So the plan seemed to be in place for a while for Armstrong, but then now it's things getting away from him quickly here. 2 quick goals in the second half. Wayzata all over him.
16, Charlie Pillar. That's man from Pillar. Official time of the goal, 44-12. Makes it now Wayzata 4, Armstrong 0.
Throw in coming here for the Trojans as Baker will take it.
Waiting for the substitution to finish up, and then we will be underway again.
Wayzata had a resounding win early in the season over Washburn, if that turns out to be their opponent in the final. But they tied with Hopkins, the other semifinal opponent. So,
It'll be interesting. Either team, Hopkins or Washburn, because at the time Washburn was number 1, Wayzata was number 2, and they won that one handily, 5-1.
Throw coming up here for the Trojans. Yeah, even, partway through this first half, I wouldn't have viewed this as likely to be, a runaway game like it's turning into. It, certainly Wayzata was controlling the play throughout, but sometimes goals go in, sometimes they don't, and they've been able to capitalize twice early in the second half. Abdul Rahman had that one taken away. Nice play by Cordero. And the header will get out of play, so it's a throw for Wayzata. Up the right side, trying to get some space is Kamara.
See, Kamara's frustrated. He's such a good player, but he can't really get involved in the game as much as he wants. Here comes Wayzata again.
Ooh, and Basic has to make another save right there. So they've gotten 2 in on, but he's actually made 2 pretty good saves as well in this early part of the second half. It's really been all Wayzata. Trojans get it back here. Oop, that'll be a foul against Wayzata as a body knocked down. We'll get a free kick here for Armstrong. Now Orr with a little bit of room up that left side, but a nice 4-line defense waiting for him there as he now hemmed in. He'll get a throw in. He was all alone. Armstrong right now just struggling to find anything offensively. They know they need to, but doing it has been another matter against this strong Trojans team.
Yeah, wanting to and getting there into reality sometimes can be a struggle. Especially Wayzata defense is not giving them much to set up as a handball against Armstrong.
Throw in there by Baker. Falcons able to win it. Here's Kamara. And he's going to take that shot. It'll be a goal kick. A little impatient there, I think, but they've had so few opportunities that he's thinking, you know, I've got a good shot. I'm going to take it.
I'll take whatever they can give me.
Wagner will take the goal kick here for the Trojans. Bouncing to the outside, we will get a throw for Wayzata, so that worked out actually pretty well. They gain a lot of distance upfield there, and then Widman will take the throw. Maybe you never count anything until it's actually done, but I think for Wayzata it might be an opportunity for, if they have any guys that are nicked up or a little tired, to sub a little more than you might normally think in the second half of a section semifinal. But now with this 4-goal lead.
No, that's a good point.
Beza getting it up toward Kamara. Widman with the header there, and Redmond. Judicus got the pass away, and then a nice ball by Tyson out to the outside. Redmond, and this one's going to be a corner. He just kept possession in deep, and they made a tackle on him and knocked it out, but went over the goal line there. So a corner kick upcoming for Wayzata. Go low with it here, the header, and then served in. Mahan that time knocked it out to the outside. Still in a dangerous spot, though. Here's another cross. Widman with the header, and it is in. My goodness, Wayzata taking advantage of all different sort of opportunities here. And Jackson Widman will knock that one in.
We talk about the set plays and good passing. Here comes a header in just behind the keeper. Excellent positioning. Nice play.
Yeah, got it just inside that goalpost, too. I mean, he positioned himself well. A lot of times people kind of relax there after the initial surge is handled, but then he stayed in there and got to the right spot.
Yeah, and that's one for the student books. He headed that ball down and firm. No chance for the keeper.
Yeah, a lot of times you see people, be excited to try and put it in the top corner, but those can be a little harder to control.
Yes, they are.
The Trojans strike again the 57th minute. A nice header by number 9, Jackson Whitman.
Get a throw-in coming here for, actually it's going to be a free kick, I'm sorry, for Armstrong.
Official time of the goal, 50-56. Makes it now Wayzata 5, Armstrong 0.
Newman will take this free kick here for the Falcons into traffic. Whitman up for the header there. Comes out. Say with the shot there.
Collision, it'll be a foul.
Yeah, Whitman knocked Kamara down there. It'll be Armstrong getting a free kick out just off the edge of that box. Eli Rice Strauss in there taking this free kick, it looks like, for Armstrong. And bring it to the top. So he's shot there, knocked down. Judicus able to win it, and he turns and goes here with it.
Got 3 Armstrong players with him.
Did a pretty good job to hold it as long as he could there. And then the next pass, Newman got a piece of it, and they knock it away from Clavokangas. You got to be another kind of fun thing for Wayzata too here, Sig. 5 different goal scorers today as well. I mean, last year they had 2 phenomenal scorers up front and did, the bulk of their scoring, and that's a great thing to have too. But, when you can spread it around a little bit and get contributions from multiple spots, including a couple defenders getting involved in the scoring.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want from your team is multiple players scoring. Otherwise, you end up trying to get the ball into one person.
Round it comes now to Crane. Baker presenting him a target. Oops, Tysing slipped. Abdul Rahman got ahead to Higgins, who has now moved up. Was playing exclusively in the back and earlier on, but they need a little more offense, so Higgins will move up. Free kick here for the Falcons, but obviously they're facing a huge deficit here at 5 goals now. It was 2-0 at halftime. Cordero sending it forward. He was knocked down, and referee giving a talking to a little bit to Abdul Rahman. Not quite a card, but a stern talking to. Baker will send it up here for Wayzata. Newman a header there. Now it's Orr for Armstrong. Trying to send it up, direct up the middle for Higgins, but Trojans broke that up. Hendrickson to the outside, Cordero. Cordero dropping it off, middle. Tysing will keep rotating it left. Nice move down deep. Here's a cross, and Judicus couldn't quite get it directed on net there. Back out to Whitman, and they're going to come again. Nice little move there, but it got out front just a little bit too much, and Newman came over to break it up for Armstrong. This one served in, and Falcons get there to break it up on the header by Lucas Ringel. But Trojans will get possession right back. Tried to go to Cordero, but intercepted by Sam Kesher, but taken right back. Hendrickson. Koivukangas running it down. Kept it in play. Whoops, and then a nice takeaway, though, by Ringel. Baker took it right back, though. Cordero. Held up by Abdul Rahman. He played it between the defender's feet and then went around him, and Abdul Rahman pleading his case, but the call made there. Free kick, Wayzata.
Free kick for the Trojans.
Tyson taking this free kick here, lofting one in, trying to go to Widman, and couldn't quite get to it. It goes all the way through everyone. A goal kick here for Armstrong. Falcons trying to advance it here. Mahan gets to it. He'll clear it out of play. Looks like wholesale changes coming for Wayzata here. A line change, more or less.
Yeah, I think he's doing exactly what you were suggesting. Get some other players involved. Give your starters a rest.
Yeah, they got enough game time in to, to really get in a groove and everything, and now you give some of the younger guys, and obviously, you're mostly focused on this year, but any playing time you can get in the playoffs for the next year for the younger players too is also a benefit.
Yep.
And those guys have worked hard and practiced hard all year and maybe played some here and there throughout games, but I know that's not always the easiest thing to be, kind of a role player or a guy that plays mostly off the bench. So you like to give the guys who have worked hard in practice some reward too to get out there in a game. Cross there by Kamara, knocked down. And Trojans will bang it on out of there. Ringel with the header, and Armstrong gets it back. They've also subbed extensively here in the second half now too. Higgins trying to turn and go here. He'll play it out to the outside. And it will be a throw for Armstrong as Alex Kohler kind of got the worst of that little collision there, but he at least got in the way enough to stop Armstrong in for the moment. Kamara's cross there, knocked out of there by Reed Bolson. And it'll be out of play off of Kohler. A throw for Armstrong. Just about to the halfway point of the second half. 5-0 Wayzata, the top seed, all over Armstrong here. They were up 2-0 at halftime, and two very quick goals to begin the second half, and then they added another one. And they have been in command here. Orr chipping it here. They look for the header out front. It was knocked down. And a volley. Kamara trying to send that one in with the right foot, but defenders were there.
The defender's doing a good job of staying in the position, coming in when needed.
Hayden trying to cross that ball. It was knocked out. It'll be a corner kick for Armstrong.
This will be their first corner of the second half.
Hayden taking it here. Comes up top. Orr's shot, though, is blocked. Orr runs it down. And then got it in front of himself a little bit too far. So Miles Ulrich with a good shot block there for Wayzata, and ultimately will be a goal kick. We've got some rain coming back in now, too. Boy, it's been a little bit of everything here. It was like this when the game was going to start. Then we had stretches of bright sunshine, and now the rain has come back.
Yep, umbrellas are out, hoods are up.
Let's hope for the girls' game it mainly stays dry, but you never know.
I really thought it was going to be decent today, but
Yeah, it seemed like it. I mean, obviously Thursday and Friday we had significant rainfall for long stretches of both days. But yeah, they were earlier. It kind of sounded like we would mainly stay dry Saturday, but I guess not entirely. And this will be a throw for Armstrong as Jeb clearing that one out. Or throw for Wayzata, I should say, cleared out by Armstrong. Bolson will throw it in here for the Trojans. Going to win their 16th match of the year, which obviously in the length of schedule we have in Minnesota high school soccer, you don't get to that level very often unless you're pretty darn good. High bounce here. It's going to be a corner kick upcoming for the Trojans.
the third of the half, 7 for the game.
Tyson will take it here. Skips off of Hendrickson and goes all the way through. It'll be a throw for Armstrong, I believe.
Should be. Player made contact with it before it went out.
Hendrickson had their first goal on a header off a corner. Now it's Orr trying to go upfield here. Ran into a little resistance, but the Falcons keep it. Sent up the line as they try and find Higgins. And sends it to the outside. Kamara. It'll be a throw for Armstrong. Kamara goes down after that collision. Higgins trying to get a little room, crosses it here. It'll come all the way across to Orr. I'll push it back out for Kesher. Trying to serve one in here. He goes way across to Higgins, and then he'll send it back with the header. That went out off a foot of Armstrong. Nice job there defensively by Sheth to not only break up the pass, but knock it out off an Armstrong player. And an illegal throw, though, it looks like. So a throw here for Armstrong. And then they return the favor. Get a throw coming for Armstrong. At this point, I guess, just getting the 0 off the board is their big goal right now. I mean, obviously you're too far behind to have any realistic hope of getting back in it, but
that would be a Pyrrhic victory. If you look at the record of Wayzata, they've only given up 5 goals the entire season. So getting one in here now would be a nice victory for Armstrong.
Kesher lost the battle there with Kabaya for Wayzata, but then Newman will take this one back for the Falcons. You can see they've got some skill. I mean,
they do.
You know, they've won some games this year. They're not a bad team, but boy, just everything Wayzata kept with it offensively and able to just pull away and show why they're certainly in the mix as a team that you could see competing for the title this year for sure. Won't be easy to get out of this section. We talked about Washburn and Hopkins, both good clubs, and they're meeting in the other semi. Higgins trying to get control, got it over to Kamara. Chipping this one way across, the header there from Ulrich.
Well, regardless of which team it is, Hopkins or Washburn, they will be coming here for the championship.
Yeah, and that's what, getting that, well, staying undefeated for one, but getting that win over Washburn, too, for Wayzata. I mean, I think it obviously solidified their claim to be the top seed. And
yes.
And I think fair to say you'd probably always rather play at home on a playoff game when you get the opportunity, as you get a look at this foul call here going against Armstrong.
Ooh.
Ouch.
You're going to feel that in the morning.
Mahan will take this free kick here for the Trojans. And got it way out to the outside, a little more than he wanted there, and couldn't control it, so it'll be a throw for Armstrong as they finish making another substitution. Now this will be Wayzata's throw. Back around to Crane, and he'll keep it rolling right side to Ulrich. Falcons get a takeaway here, and now Newman's pass. Got it there to Senerelki. And up the line here looking for Kabaya. Solid job defensively there, though, by Ringel. Higgins does a nice job there, turning and going with it, but good step up to break that up by Crane.
A little bit of a trip.
Foul call, and it'll be Armstrong's free kick here.
Free kick for the Falcons.
Chip to the front. Ooh, and a strong slide in. Oops, too strong. That's going to be a foul call and a card.
Yep.
Yeah. Hayden will be issued a yellow card there.
Official timeout for the yellow card.
Kohler is shaken up.
Yeah, he came sliding in, and he made contact with the ball, but he hit the leg first.
Yellow card violation assessed to number 4, Andrew Hyphen of the Falcons.
He's not happy about that, and this is not good. I think that's the ankle where he was slid into.
And Kohler able to get up to his feet, but I have to be helped off here, so. Hate to see that at any time, but late in the game. I believe it's deserved a yellow card, but it didn't seem malicious. He slid at the ball kind of in an unusual way, but.
Right, he was trying to make contact with the ball, but as he was sliding, his speed changed, and he ended up hitting his leg instead.
Free kick, Wayzata.
Apologize, hadn't made note. Ethan Kinsel in there in goal now for Wayzata. One of the many changes that they have made, and again, you hope to get through the end of the game without any more injuries. Obviously, that Alex Kohler, they didn't want to see that happen with him. Here's a cross out front, shot and a goal, and it will count. Sheth was onside, waited for that ball, trapped it down to his feet, and no defenders in his path at that point. It's 6-0 Trojans.
Well, how could he be that open? He's elated. Watch how open he is. All he has to do is get the ball to him, and it's going to be one-on-one.
Yeah, and he did a good job of staying on side there too. He stayed behind that defender.
Pretty good goal for a defender.
Up the right side here, Stolman. Play on there as he was bumped. Oh, and then he tries to win the ball back. This is going to be a corner for Wayzata.
Nice hustle.
Yeah, he got knocked down, but he didn't let it bother him. Just popped back up.
Corner number 4 in the second half. See the wind blowing that flag over.
Falcons get to it first. Mahan heading it back into the box, then Higgins cleared.
In the 71st minute of play, a nice volley by number 15, Ahan Shep.
Here they come again. Oh, that pass sneaks through all the way to the other side. It'll be a throw here for Armstrong. So a couple of goals in the first half, 4 more so far here in the second. And again, 6 different goal scorers for the Trojans. This will be Armstrong's throw, as that time Kesher won the little battle. Trojans get it right back. Ulrich swinging it back around to Crane. And now Mahan. He'll get the return pass here. Look at the way they move together in the back. They just always are allowing an outlet. They got good shape.
That's why when we talked to coaches before a game, we asked them about the transition from defense to offense. And the good teams know how to do that, move in unison.
This will be a Wayzata throw here as that one bounced up the sideline and offside call there against Wayzata. So Armstrong will get a free kick here. Falcons got that win on the road in the quarterfinals, but not going their way here in this semifinal round against a very good Wayzata club.
And they may be kind of shell-shocked at this point because it was only a week ago when they played 1-0 against these same Wayzata players. But the Trojans really got their act together in the early part of the first half. And then once they scored, that opened things up, and that's exactly what you do not want to give Wayzata. Don't give them any openings.
Yeah, the Armstrong coaches were saying that, we had trouble with Rogers. We beat him by a goal, and Wayzata beat him 8-0 in the quarterfinal. It was kind of like an eye-opener, like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
they are really pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're for real.
Or keeping possession. Tried to force a corner kick, but it never went out of play. Defender did a good job just avoiding that ball. Now it's cleared out by Wayzata. We'll get a throw for Armstrong as we tick under 5 minutes to play in the second half. 6-0 Wayzata. In our live coverage of today's boys and girls section semifinals, made possible by the Wayzata Booster Club. We thank them. And a little battle for it here. It will be Goal kick upcoming for Wayzata as
Goal kick for the Trojans.
Kinsel will take it. Or checking out, possibly for his final time as a Falcon, I would guess, as a senior. They've heard some applause for him. Worked hard here today.
4 minutes remaining in regulation. 4 minutes.
Yeah, you always, the team that moves on, they're excited and everything, but you kind of forget sometimes it becomes, for seniors on the losing team, it's their final high school soccer afternoon or evening, depending on the case. And obviously they put a lot of time and effort in through the years growing up. Parents have brought them to a lot of practices and games and tournaments and all that through. So hats off to the seniors for Armstrong that have been part of their program for these years.
Yeah, they have a good side. They just came up against a team that's just absolutely killing it on all cylinders.
So when cleared out of play, we will get a throw. Mason Munt out there for Armstrong, and he's actually going to leave it to be thrown by Kesher. Knocked out again, another throw for Armstrong. Down toward the corner, and it will be a goal kick here for Wayzata. The girls' teams from Wayzata and Southwest making their way toward the far sideline and getting ready for their semifinal here as we're under 2.5 to play. And again, it's not all foggy here. This is a unfortunate residue from a Thursday night football telecast for our cameras that didn't make it through unscathed, as you can see. And so it's not that foggy here. It just camera condensation. Higgins up with it now for Armstrong. Seems like the rain has stopped here as well. The sun coming back out a little bit more. Here's Kamara chipping it across. And this shot lofted up just over the top as Armstrong trying to get one late and just a little bit too high. Lofted ahead. Played to the outside here, trying to get Kabaya a little opportunity, and he kept working. It will be a throw for Armstrong.
One minute remaining in the match. 1 minute.
So we go under a minute to play here. Hendrickson sending it to the outside. Bolson trying to go get it and got to it. Kabaya waiting for it here on the right side. Ooh, gets around the defender and then crosses it. That shot knocked down. Second try, Basic the save. Then it's hammered off a Wayzata player. Munt gets to it for the Falcons, but taken by Ulrich. Here's Kabaya. Under 20 seconds to go, and it will be a throw for Wayzata, and that might eat up most of the remaining time here. So a good first half and then an even better second for the Trojan Sig as they roll to the 6-0 win here.
Yeah, they did everything they wanted. They had good defense. They had good passing, good patience. They were extremely patient in the first 10-15 minutes of the match when Armstrong went into a defensive position and just waited for things to open up. And as soon as they scored, they were on the way, on the roll.
So the Trojans will be at home for the section final Tuesday against Washburn or Hopkins, and Armstrong season will come to an end here this afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the action. Again, thanks to the Wayzata Boosters for helping us with the live coverage here today, and watch for the Trojans girls game in the semis here this afternoon on Saturday as well. For Sig Lagry and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Boys final 6-0 Wayzata over Armstrong.